Ting offers prepaid wireless service for as low as $10 per month. Hey guys, today I'm going to check out the Ting plans and features for August 2021. Before we get started, I want to say this is not a full review. I'm just going to check out the plans and features to see what Ting has to offer. Now, it turns out I haven't reviewed Ting before. Maybe it's time for a Ting review. If you'd like to see me review Ting, hit me up in the comments and let me know. But for today, I'm just going to check out the plans and features. We'll see what they have to offer. All right, let's get started. First up, Ting uses the T-Mobile tower or T-Mobile network. So if T-Mobile has coverage where you live, Ting might be a good choice for you. Turns out Ting does not have a coverage map. They have a coverage page, and on that page, you enter your zip code, and then they tell you what they think the coverage there. So for my zip code, they say great LTE and 5G coverage. Ting uses the T-Mobile 4G LTE and 5G networks. But they also have service on the Verizon network as a backup. I spoke with the Ting customer service representative today. He told me that if you buy a phone from Ting or you sign up for BYOP, you're going to be on the T-Mobile network. But if it turns out that T-Mobile does not have coverage in your area, they will offer the option at their discretion to send you a SIM that uses the Verizon network. So they describe it as they use the Verizon network as a backup for customers that don't have coverage on the T-Mobile network where they live. Apparently, if you're going to order a phone or order a SIM card, you simply can't request immediately to be on the Verizon network. They're going to start you out on the T-Mobile network. So if you're a Ting customer and you're using the Verizon network, leave a comment below and tell us about it. All right, next up, if you want to sign up for Ting, you're going to need a phone. You have the option. You could buy a phone directly from Ting, or you could bring your own phone. Ting offers a selection of Apple, Samsung, and Motorola phones. They have the most recent models from Apple and Samsung. Now, most of these phones are retail price. The Ting representative today told me that all these phones are unlocked. I do notice some of the phones are discounted. So for example, you could save $100 on the iPhone 12, $100 on the iPhone 12 mini, $50 on the iPhone SE. If you buy a phone on a discount, check with them to make sure that it's unlocked. Now, I also assume that if you were to buy the phone on the payment plan, that it may be locked as well. You would want to confirm that with them. If you already have a phone, you may be able to use that with Ting as well. You can buy a $1 SIM card, a BYOP SIM card. Now, they have a place where you can check the compatibility of your phone by entering in the IMEI MEID number. If you're not sure whether or not your phone would work with Ting, I suggest you do that. Let's check out the Ting plans and features. I like the Ting website. I think everything is clear and everything is described very well, very clearly. Ting has 5 different plans, so let's check these out. I'm going to talk about the first 4 plans, and then we'll talk about the 5th plan. The way Ting breaks this down is they have 2 plans that they call set plans, and then they have 2 plans that they call unlimited plans. The set plans come with a fixed amount of high-speed data. I guess fixed or set amount of high-speed data. All these plans include unlimited nationwide talk and text. They use the T-Mobile 4G LTE or 5G networks. One thing I want to point out up front is that all these prices do not include taxes and fees. There are additional taxes and fees, and those will be different depending on where you live. All right, first up is the Set 5 plan. This plan is $25 a month. It comes with 5 gigabytes of fast data. If you use up that 5 gigabytes of fast data within the month, you'll still have a data connection, but it'll be at reduced 2G speeds. The way Ting describes this is 2G speed is enough to stay connected, but not sufficient for high demand activities. But at least you'll still be connected. I kind of like that description. Now, if you use up all your data, you'll have an option to buy more data. We'll get to that in a moment. Ting includes mobile hotspot, and you could use all that 5 gigabytes of data with mobile hotspot. Next up is the Set 12 plan. It's $35 a month. This plan comes with 12 gigabytes of fast data. But this plan, you could use up to 8 gigabytes of that fast data with hotspot. So they're limiting the amount of your data that you can use with hotspot. Next up, now they call this unlimited plan. It's $45 unlimited plan, but it comes with 22 gigabytes of fast data. If you use that all up, you'll be on the reduced speed 2G data. Now, a lot of prepaid services describe plans with a large set or fixed amount of data as unlimited. I don't particularly like that. A lot of plans do that. Their reasoning is this is so much data that most people would never use it up. But I have found that many of my readers and viewers use a lot more than 22 gigabytes of data, and they would not consider this to be an unlimited plan. But studies show that the vast majority of users use much less than 22 gigabytes of data per month. So their reasoning is that a large block of fast data is indistinguishable from unlimited. And with the unlimited plan, you could use up to 12 gigabytes of data with hotspot. Next up, the $55 Unlimited Pro plan. This one has 35 gigabytes of fast data, and you could use up to 18 gigabytes of that data with mobile hotspot. Next up, the $10 Flex plan. This plan includes unlimited talk and text, but no data. The idea is that you pay for the data you use, you pay for add-on data. And you could purchase that data, 1 gigabyte of data for $5 a month. So this is a good option for people with limited or modest needs. And then they have a description here about how adding data works. So you can buy 1 gigabyte of data for $5. They call this a fast data top-up. That data can be shared across the lines on your account. This data could be added to all these different plans. It could be added to the set plans, the unlimited plans, or the flex plan. This data could also be used with mobile hotspot. It will roll over until the next month. So you'll get 1 month of rollover if you don't use up all this add-on data. Okay, let's talk about some of the other features that are included with Ting. Ting has international long distance and international roaming. They have an FAQ on this, and you can read some of the details. They claim that you can call over 60 plus countries at no additional charge. I would have liked to see a list of those countries. They have a link here where you can find out the additional fees. Unfortunately, it doesn't point to a list of these countries that I can call for free. It says you just enter in the country that you might want to call. So let's say Canada, 5 cents a minute to Canada. And then for the international roaming, it's 30 cents a minute if you want to make calls from Canada and 20 cents per megabyte of data and 12 cents per text. Now, other than that, they don't make it clear how you would pay for that or how you would add credits for that. I assume you need to add money upfront to your prepaid account. Also note here that they have this legacy rate sheet. And when you click on that, you get a PDF file that shows you the different countries that you can call, whether you can call landlines, mobile lines, and then if you're using your plan outside the US, what this would cost you. And this is great. This is really clear. I just don't understand why they only have it available for the legacy Ting. I'd love to see this for the current plans. Next, I want to talk about a few of the popular features that people always want. Wi-Fi calling. They support Wi-Fi calling. They have instructions on how to set it up on iPhone and Android. Wi-Fi calling lets you make and receive calls, send and receive text messages using the Wi-Fi network instead of the cellular data network. This is great if you're in an area where you have a Wi-Fi connection, but poor or no cellular coverage. Next up, mobile hotspot. Many users today want to use mobile hotspot. As I pointed out when we were discussing the plans, Ting supports mobile hotspot. If you check the FAQ, they have instructions on how to enable hotspot for both Android and iPhone. And then finally, visual voicemail. Ting supports it for iPhone and Android. Just check the Help Center and you can find instructions on how to set it up. Now, one thing I want to point out is that when you go through the Ting Help Center, they have a lot of articles. When you're reading through any of their facts, FAQs, or their Help Center, just look to see whether or not the article applies to the new or legacy Ting plans. All right, so that's it for my look at the Ting plans and features. I'm pretty impressed with the website. I like the way they set it up. I think they have very clear descriptions. You can compare the prices against some of the other services that use the T-Mobile network. I like that $10 option. I think my wife could have survived on that $10 option during 2020 when you know what was going on in the country. Her use of cell data was very limited during that time, and I bet you she could have got by with gig of data for 2 months. All right, what about you guys? Are you using Ting? Have you ever tried Ting? Hit me up in the comments and let me know. That's going to be it for this video, and I will talk to you soon.